You may feel like you are stuck in a repetitive cycle and need an urgent change. I have encouraging news. God is ready to transform your life for the better. He is at your side, working on your behalf. If you have doubts, today I will share 10 signs that show that God is working behind the scenes to direct you to the right path. When you notice any of these signs, know that they are confirmations that God is about to do something new in your life. He hasn't forgotten about you, so keep following along as I reveal these 10 signs. But before proceeding, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Maybe you are going through difficult times that make you question the existence of God. You may be facing a challenge right now, but remember, no difficulty lasts forever. God leaves nothing half done. Whatever He begins, He completes. If He has sustained you thus far, He will certainly perfect all that He has promised. Always keep in mind that He orchestrates things to lead you to a fuller life. As a Christian, it is important to understand that life will not always be easy. Even Jesus Christ faced difficulties while on earth. Yet through it all, you can rest assured that the changes you are experiencing are tools that God is using to transform your life for the better. The best changes occur through processes and steps. Remember what Ecclesiastes 3 says. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. This means that change does not happen overnight. It can take days, months, or even years for results to appear. God works with order and therefore takes time to prepare it before deploying it. Unfortunately, some people cannot overcome these transitions because they fail to recognize God's hand or are not paying attention. The truth is, if you don't understand the mind of God, you will never understand what He is preparing behind the scenes in your life to ensure you don't miss opportunities. Here are signs that confirm that God is transforming your life for the better. First sign, you feel restlessness and discomfort in your comfort zone, even when everything seems fine on the surface. This is often the first sign that you are entering a period of transition. You feel a lack of peace even when everything around you seems normal. When this happens, don't be afraid. There is nothing wrong with you. God is just awakening your faith for a greater purpose, creating a desire to seek new and better horizons. For example, you may have a great job and a stable life, but still feel unsatisfied. This is God's push for you to seek better opportunities. When you find in this situation, turn to God sincerely and ask for guidance and clarity. Second sign, you may face challenges and closed doors. The Bible assures us that God will provide everything we need to fulfill our purpose. However, provision can cease when you begin to fall outside of God's will. You may begin to struggle to obtain what was once easy, even as you remain faithful to God's commandments. This happens because, even though we are connected to Him, divine provision can decrease at this point. You may no longer feel His presence in your actions. But don't worry, that doesn't mean He doesn't love you. He sees that you have become too comfortable and knows that if you remain that way, stagnation will become your companion. Then, He diminishes the divine provision so that you can get up and move forward, as happened with the Israelites in the desert. When you face difficulties, don't complain. God is freeing you from situations that hinder your growth and preparing you for a new season of blessings. It may be challenging, but take a step of faith and follow His lead. God will guide you to your promised land. No matter what challenge you are facing, don't panic. Place everything at the feet of Jesus and you will find rest. Third sign, God will change your perspectives and awaken a new passion in you. Before you elevate your life, your vision needs to change. As they say, you can't keep doing the same things over and over again and expect different results. To live a fuller life, your way of seeing certain things needs to change. This may include changes in your relationships, friendships, and character. Just as God separated Abraham from Lot before prosperity, sometimes we need to be separated from people or situations that block our success. Many times, people ask God to free them from obstacles, but they continue to hold on to the same things. For the transition to be complete, it is necessary to allow God to shape you, eliminating undesirable behaviors and leaving toxic relationships behind. He does this so that you discover a deeper purpose. When this happens, embrace this new passion and watch as God ignites the flames of your unique talents and gifts. Fourth sign, God will send divine connections to help you. At each stage of life, God prepares specific people to help him. These people, called destiny helpers, are aligned with God's purpose for your life. God connects them to you in inexplicable ways. Sometimes these people are mentors, friends, or family. Other times, they are complete strangers with a mission to support you at a specific stage. An example is the Apostle Paul. God sent Barnabas to accompany him on his missionary journey after his conversion. Barnabas introduced Paul to the apostles in Jerusalem and helped spread the gospel. Even if his destiny helper is initially reluctant, God can change that person's heart in his favor, as promised in Proverbs 21, which says that the king's heart is like a stream in the hands of the Lord, who directs it according to your will. Fifth sign, you will experience peace amid uncertainty. While others complain about the discomfort around you, you will remain steadfast not because everything is peaceful, but because of God's presence in your life. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will fill your heart and bring calm, even if you don't understand what is happening. This is a sign of transition, indicating that God is taking you to a better place than where you are now. Even if the offers in front of you don't seem ideal, there will be a sense of peace all around, and God can use this opportunity to transform your life. Sixth sign, new opportunities will appear in your life. When your life is transitioning to something better, God positions you in the right place at the right time to embrace the right opportunities. These opportunities may not be what you expected, but trust that God aligns them with His will for your life. It is often difficult to take risks and accept new opportunities, as we are used to what we already have. But remember that God will not take you from one level to another of the same level. It will raise you to a higher level. Some people may find it difficult to accept opportunities that do not glorify God and prefer to use them for selfish gains. When Esther became queen, she could have used her position for her own benefit, but she chose to help her people. This decision brought great success. If you commit to working for God, new opportunities will continue to arise, and He will use you in even greater ways for His glory. Seventh sign, there will be divine restoration. Before there is restoration, there is usually a loss. In Joel 2 verses 25 to 26, God promises to restore the years that the locusts devoured and ensure that His people will no longer be ashamed. This means that everything you lost in the past will be recovered, just like Job, who lost everything but later received twice as much. When you surrender to God's guidance, He will blow the wind, do favor in all areas of your life, healing what is broken and pouring out abundant blessings of peace, joy, and fulfillment. When this happens, recognize that it is a sign that God is leading you into a season of abundance. Embrace this new phase and trust in God's promises, knowing that they will never fail. Eighth sign, your faith in God will increase. Faith is essential to maintaining a deep connection with God, but it can seem difficult to trust Him at times. However, problems and challenges can actually strengthen your faith. Look at Joseph, whose destiny was to be a leader, even though he was sold into slavery by his brothers. He didn't give up on his dreams. His faith in God grew stronger, and he continued to trust until God's purpose for his life was fulfilled. The difficulties Joseph faced helped him trust God even more, and he was blessed with divine wisdom to rule justly. If you are going through difficulties, keep your faith intact, because God is preparing you for a better future and using your trials to strengthen you. Ninth sign, you will feel a growing willingness to obey God. God's love for humanity is incomparable, and the more you know Him, the more your love for Him grows. It is difficult to truly love God without knowing Him well. One of the ways to demonstrate your love for God is through obedience. When you begin to feel an urge to do what pleases God, even if it brings inconveniences, it shows that God is working in your heart and transforming you into the person He wants you to be. He wants you to have a heart like Jesus. As you embrace this change, you will discover a new dimension of intimacy with God. 10th sign, you will begin to receive divine confirmations. God is not a God of confusion. He always clarifies His actions. It ensures that you receive confirmations to know that you are behind the events in your life. These confirmations can come in various forms, such as divine interventions, evident signs, or prophetic messages. For example, You may be going through a specific situation and ask God for a sign to confirm that He is working in your life. Then you may hear a sermon that seems to speak directly to you, and you will immediately know that it is the confirmation you were looking for. A biblical example is Gideon, who asked God for a sign to confirm his call to lead the Israelites against the Midianites. Feeling insecure, Gideon asked God to put dew only on a fleece while the ground around it remained dry. This sign confirmed that God was truly with him. Despite having received this sign, Gideon was still not completely convinced and asked for further confirmation, this time asking that the fleece he see dry while the surrounding ground was covered with dew. God granted this request, and Gideon finally believed that God would use him to save the people of Israel. With this confidence, he moved forward. It is important that you pay attention to dreams, visions, and the promptings of the Holy Spirit, as these are divine confirmations that God is transforming your life for a greater purpose.